what is up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. I'm Danielle. Nice to meet you. Hope y'all are doing well. So this is a little bit different of a format than I normally do when it comes to making videos. Just mainly because, as most of you know, unless you're living under a rock, there has been a major coronavirus outbreak and pandemic going on in our country right now, and I just feel like it's very important to talk about it and to talk about what we can do and how we can, I don't know, do our best to prevent further spreading of the virus. And that's why I decided to come on here today and make a video pretty much about this, because we're living in crazy times. It's not laughable. Sometimes I express stress or worry or whatever through laughing. I'm not honestly truly that worried about contracting the virus myself. I do have a very, very strong immune system. And so does my husband, so I'm grateful for that. We don't have any kids. Both of our parents, my dad's in very good health. His mom's in pretty good health. And so obviously, you know, we're doing everything we can personally to just stay home. The only places we've really been going are work, and potentially the grocery store. See, for us, like, just being super honest, this last week has just been pretty crazy, and we haven't even gotten the chance to go to the grocery store and like stock up on anything in case we are quarantined, which I've heard, and I'm not 100% sure if this is true, that if there's 2,500 cases that are like legitimate cases and that have been tested, then that's when we'll go into a quarantine. Don't quote me on that, like I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, but I have heard in the few times that grocery stores have been talked about, I've seen pictures of everything being gone. I mean, from water to rice to just essential ingredients that you would want to have in your pantry. And I don't have all of that stuff, and I don't even really have the funds to buy it right now. So to me, it's sort of, I wouldn't say unnerving because I'm not angry or upset, but it's sort of crazy to think that if I did need to go get those items in order to prep, that I wouldn't be able to because they've already all been bought out. So I wrote a couple things down, and I'm just sort of gonna go off of this to talk to you guys about this. I don't know how long this video will be, but it's mainly gonna be me talking. So if you don't wanna listen to me talk, if this doesn't seem like the video for you, then please click away because I don't want to waste your time. So one of the things that I've been doing a lot more is just washing my hands constantly. I mean, every time you do anything, like just constant hand washing, to the point where my hands are probably pretty soon going to be like beet red and ashy from it. But wash your hands. Just wash your hands. Like, constantly wash your hands, because that keeps the spread of germs down, just from interactions when you touch things. Now, what I do know about this virus is that it is contagious mainly through respiratory. So if you are in a room with someone who has the virus and you breathe the air that they're breathing and they're contagious, you will catch the virus. And another thing that I've learned from not mass media, which I won't go into that yet, but another thing I've learned is that if you do contract the virus, there is a 1 to 2 week period that you could potentially have it and be infecting others and not know it because you won't show any symptoms. So for that, just stay home. Don't go out if you need to. Another thing is, a lot of people are canceling traveling. A lot of people are, I mean, as you guys know, if you live here in the USA, if you don't, I understand. If you're in Italy or, I can't remember, oh, Italy or China, then that's, you know, a little bit different. But I know both of those places, China has had like an 80% recovery rate, and Italy is still, the virus is still like increasing, and it doubles a lot, so it can spread very, very fast. And another thing is, like, I've heard that there's like a shortage on toilet paper. I've never heard about anything like this in my entire life. I've never seen a shortage on toilet paper. I've never even, I mean, through all the viruses that we have every 2 years, I've never ever seen a toilet paper shortage. I have literally 6 rolls left, and I have not had one chance, because I work a full-time job and do YouTube full-time, to go to the store and get any. But I know that if I did, excuse me, there wouldn't even be any. That's sort of fucked up. I mean, there's people out there buying, like, for instance, like, tons of cases of toilet paper, say they're a single person. That's ridiculous. Like, I think that another thing that people need to recognize is stop overbuying shit. You don't need to overbuy everything. Yes, if we get quarantined, we'll be in our houses for 2 to 4 weeks, whatever. You need to be prepared for that, obviously, but you don't need to be overbuying. And like diapers and wipes, there are babies out there who need that shit. And another thing is like medicine and stuff. People are like stocking up on medicine. There are people who are actually sick who need that stuff. So others constantly just stocking up is really just taking away from the people who are actually sick and need to get better. So if you are sick, if you do have the virus, I'm not a medical professional, clearly, but I would advise you to just stay home and get better and to, look how cute she's being, I can't, do everything in your power to not spread the virus any further. Another thing is, like, going to crowded places right now doesn't make sense. So if you, like Joe Rogan, for instance, he is not going to let this thing stop him, and he still went to the UFC fight in Las Vegas. And if you guys have not already ever seen or heard of Joe Rogan, you're living under a rock, and that's okay, but wake up. I will have his podcast linked in the description below, just because he's got a badass podcast and has been doing it for a long time. He has over 1,400 podcasts. And he recently had Michael Osterholm on there, who is like a medical detective, and there's a lot of information. So I'll leave that podcast link below. There's already over 13 million views on that podcast. And if you haven't watched it, it would be pretty helpful and educational for you to watch and actually retain some crucial, real facts, numbers, and information that you're not going to get from mass media. And let's just face it here. Media is taking this and running with it just for fear tactics, just to fucking scare people into staying home for months and months and months, or to scare people into overbuying shit and all of this kind of bullshit that's out there. There's so much fucking misinformation right now. I just feel like it's bullshit. And I feel like, I know it's going to continue to happen, and everybody knows that mass media is not going away anytime soon. But what you can do is you can get the facts your fucking self. You can go to the CDC's website and check how many cases are in your state, in your city. You can stay up to date on these facts. You can stay clean, stay super sanitized. If you work somewhere and you guys already don't have like some kind of cleaning list, start bleaching shit, man. I mean, just bleach, talk to your boss, like figure something out. Like here at where I work, we are doing a high traffic cleaning list for high traffic areas that every 30 minutes on a busy day, those are going to get clean with bleach, left for 5 minutes, go back with warm water. And I mean, it's all preventative measures. And I want to take the time to say, because I don't know who this video will reach, I don't know how many people will see it, that I am grateful for our federal government and the things that they're doing to prevent this virus from spreading, the shutdowns that they have put in place, the national state of emergency that has been declared. We have legislators right now working tirelessly, just constant effort putting in to try to pass bills in order to get things rolling so that we can stop this virus from spreading. And what they're really trying to do is get that, instead of China, who went like this and then down, or Italy that's going way up and then down, they want to bring that curve down to be a lot less. And I respect that. I'm on board for that. So if you're not aware of any of these things, do your research, get up to date, wash your fucking hands, and stay in unless you have to go out. Don't overbuy shit, because it doesn't make any fucking sense. And this is going to be around for a few months. You know, if you're in good health and you have a good immune system, you're pretty youthful, you'll be all right. You will most likely be all right. You could develop a cough and a upper respiratory infection with this disease where other people can die from it. So I just want to preface with, I know that this is a very serious situation, and I am taking it very seriously. I was one of those people when it started off who's like, oh, the coronavirus, haha, big joke. It's not a joke. It's very serious. And I just want everyone to just take this shit really seriously, but don't be afraid of it, because fear is a liar, and it's just a way to get into our minds to make us be fearful that we're going to receive it, the disease, and that we're going to die from it and all this shit. Don't listen to that, but definitely keep it in mind, right? Like, don't take that. I don't mean don't listen. Don't take that and make it, oh my God, like I'm going to get the coronavirus, blah, blah, blah. Just, do your due diligence, right? Just use your common sense, do what makes sense. And I'm gonna stop rambling, but I had to come on here and talk about this because this shit is real. This is what's going on in the world. It's a current event, and it's a pandemic that's we're really trying to prevent here. And I just want to put my voice out on this. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I appreciate every single one of you. I am sending so much loving support and energy and positive, clean, healing energy to anyone affected by the coronavirus. And as far as I know right now in Oklahoma, there was only one case of somebody. It was an older lady in Tulsa, and she is in recovery now. So I'm grateful for where I'm at, but I'm praying for all of those who are on the coasts and stuff. And I just want to say that we're stronger together, and we will get through this, and we will come out on the other side successful. And what we really need to do is take this as a warning sign that we are very underprepared, and we need to get way more prepared, because if something way worse than this were to hit right now, we aren't ready. So we need to do our due diligence to get the fuck ready for if something bigger than this comes down the line. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.